character is a chap called Gacet. I'm a lifelong friend of Rodrigo Borgia, and I'm his consigliere, really. I do everything that he wants me to do, and my loyalty to him is 110%. I think what attracted me to it, I mean, with anything, it's always the script. Tom's scripts are great. They're just an extraordinary sort of, gathering of these extraordinary characters from the past. Working with Oliver was going to be delightful because I'd admired his work in the past. So those are the sort of things that intrigue me and sort of interest me as an actor, really. Preparing for this role was, I suppose it's one of those that you sort of arrive thinking you know who Gacet is, and then you sort of sit down and talk to Tom and Oliver, and then you really know who he is. Well, I mean, the most extraordinary thing about working on something like this is when you get these amazing sets, whether they're the ones that are built here at the studios or when we're outside in locations. It's just, you do feel that you're in Rome. It's that time. I mean, the costumes are great. Everything about it just makes you think, well, I'm here. It makes acting really easy. I think Sergio, his detailing is amazing in terms of the costume, but it's the fabrics as well, the use of velvet, a lot of velvet that's been used, and that gives you an amazingly rich quality without actually having to do anything. The weight of the costumes actually help you sort of become more period, and it helps you stand properly, walk in a certain way. It all just comes together, really. When I left drama school, the BBC did the Borgias, which wasn't very successful, as I remember. That sort of gave me an insight into the family, but I mean, everybody, you only have to live a couple of decades, and then you realise that there was this family called the Borgias, there was this girl called Lucretia. Yes, we've all heard about her. I think what's great about Tom's scripts are the fact that each episode is so rich, but immediately you're involved in the characters. You get the characters very, very quickly, the way he structured his scripts. And that's delightful. And plus, you've got Tom's sort of writing for dialogue, and the dialogue is musical. On the one hand, you've got Tom's script, which is great, and then you've got the sets and the costume and all of that, and then you get somebody like Oliver, who's so precise in what he wants. His framing is extraordinary in the way that he works with Osama in terms of lighting it and everything. It's very encouraging to work with a director who's so strong on his visual narrative. I'd never been to Prague before, and actually when I was working on the last thing I was doing for the BBC, a lot of the people had been here, and they were all sort of extolling its virtues. But I don't think anybody can really tell you how beautiful Prague is. It's the most extraordinary city. The Czech people are great, and then to sort of find yourself in a sort of historic studio setting like Barrandov is even more delightful. I mean, the whole experience has been great, and I can't wait to just keep going, really. This has been another one of those multinational sort of productions that you get involved in, and there's more and more of those happening every time, and it's great, it's great to suddenly find yourself surrounded by Italians, Germans, Spanish, Czech, and of course British people as well, some English people and some Irish people, and it really is extraordinary how that all those different elements just give you a sort of sense of something international, something not of this world. I think the show, hopefully, in my opinion, I hope that they're not just completely dazzled by the scenery and the costumes. I hope that they'll actually sort of embrace the characters and go along with them, and some of them they'll love and some of them they'll just hate. And if we can get that, then we've done our job.